Look at me all off center and even with my mic not. Man, I was prepared and not prepared at all. Welcome. That's the thing. When that music strikes, it's intimidating, y'all. It's intimidating for little old Atticus. I was like, am I ready? Here we go. Showtime. And then I'm here just giving subpar content. I am Atticus582. Thank you for joining me. I'm a variety streamer and I focus on all things comic book content. Tonight, we have a very special stream. I hear you. You're like, hey, Atticus, isn't it past your bedtime? And you'd be right. In like 2 minutes, it's my bedtime. But you know what? I'm here. I got coffee. I'm ready to roll. Because tonight, we have some business to attend to. What business is that? We need to mark down and go through all of our favorite figures of 2023. We're going to be talking about our favorite figures, our favorite Marvel Legends figures. We're going to be talking about other categories. So hang in there. And who is this we? Who is this we, you ask? What am I up to? I am doing a stream, Epic. I'm doing a stream. I'm here for you. And who is the we in this? Well, you know, there's a lot of great people in this community. But tonight, I am joined by none other than Mr. Kid Olting himself. One of my good friends who also collects figures. I figured if I'm going to do this, why not bring in Kid? So without further ado, let's get Kid on the line. Now let's see. This is a
Is this thing live? This thing hot. This mic is hot. This thing is. No, it's hot. Reheated mic. Mm. Okay, well, Epic is saying he can't hear you for some reason, but is that Ocelot saying he can't hear you either? So, we'll give him a minute. Thank you guys for the feedback. That's really helpful. We're, we've thrown ourselves into this. Can you hear me now? How about now? I think he's just correcting his spelling. So we'll give him a second. You can hear me. Are you muted? Is your mic muted on the stream together?
I think I need.
You might have your mic turned off. No.
No. I think what I need is this.
Everybody while we're waiting for Atticus. Thank you guys for being here on
testing.
Saturday.
Testing. Can you hear me now? I think I needed to put my wavelength into this scene because I'm kind of going off of a program. So theoretically, I'm hoping that I can. I do see now.
Epic says we're good.
Okay, I thought it was going to be that. I didn't know what the whole this mic thing, but like, yeah, I don't know. We're good. Thank you for joining me, Kiddleting. I appreciate it. We're kind of on the fly here. We're learning as we go. I know you're feeling a little under the weather, so that's not stopping you from being here, and I appreciate you taking time out of your night when you could be resting your weary bones.
Yeah.
But you chose
No,
to
I'm
be
not.
here
I wouldn't
instead.
miss this for the world. I wouldn't miss this for the
I
world. I'm
appreciate that.
very happy to be here. Thank you, Atticus. Thanks for having me on your stream.
Nah, thank you.
That's really nice.
Well, I got to bring something up. I got to ask because I'm looking here and I'm looking at your setup, and it looks a little different, sir. If I'm being completely honest, what I'm seeing behind you is different than what I'm used to seeing.
And I think you can see more.
I can see way more. It's like I shouldn't be allowed to see this much.
Cover your eyes.
Yeah. Whoa. Inappropriate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I spent some time, as you know, and redid some shelves. I added some shelves to the background here, which many of my figures are now occupying. But it's kind of cool. You can see I'm glad I did some stuff over
that
on this side too.
shelving looks really good. How did you where'd you get your shelving?
Thanks, man. I got my shelving from Lowe's.
Yeah, did you just get like the platform, the boards and the holders? It's a good way to go, man.
Yeah, I just got I got whatever they had, and nobody was helpful there.
No.
Nobody knew what they were doing.
Look, I had my share with Lowe's today.
Oh, you were at Lowe's today?
Yeah, I got everything taken care of at Lowe's. No, actually, the guy that helped me was very helpful, honestly.
Sure.
So I got lucky, but for real quick, we don't need to go into it. But I woke up today.
It depends on what section you're in, too.
Yeah,
so you're probably in a good section.
Nobody is helpful in the section where you get the shelving. I will second that. But I woke up today to a broken washing machine, so I went out and was gung ho and bought a shit ton of appliances. So. But the guy is probably getting a pretty good little. I don't know if they work on commission in that section, so maybe he's getting a good little bit from me. But he was helpful.
Maybe.
I don't know. He was good, so I'm happy.
Like
I'm trying to figure out
he may have used the
right size for this chat box. We'll keep it right there. But yeah, so that took up all day. So like I wasted today. Like what? Everything that I had wanted to do, I did not accomplish. And it also bled into prepping for this. So it was all very last minute. So I appreciate. Epic Nightmare, thank you for coming in and hanging out. Adam, I'm assuming you're gone by now, but congratulations on the first. If you're here, hello. If not, sleep tight, you sweet angel. Ocelot Gear, it's good to see you, sir. I saw your recommendation. Let me tell you, Ocelot Gear. Let me tell you that Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill is definitely on my most wanted list. So, for those who don't know, I fell hard again back into the tabletop gaming scene. And I bought a bunch of board games, and Ocelot Gear is big into board games, and he's been helping me, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Ocelot Gear, for that. But yeah, we a lot has been happening since last stream, so we got time to go into that. We have more important things to do, and that is.
I do see Epic is saying it's just two great dudes, but you're subtracting yourself on Ocelot. Yeah. So it's at least four great
We peoples. Are only as great as our support. And we ain't anything without good support. And that's the greatness of you and Ocelot Gear and Adam S. and Nerdy Girl and Sheiksa and
all the people
Frost
this
Claw.
year, right?
I'll just sit here and name everybody who comes into my stream. No, we can just do that. No, it's been a great year for figures. I'll just say that. This was hard. This was harder than last year, because I wanted to put so many on my list. And I'm glad we decided to break it up into best overall and best Marvel Legends, because that allowed me, because I was originally going to have some Marvel Legends in my best overall, but like once I was like, this is a good figure, this is a good figure, and I was like, I have so many figures that are not Marvel Legends that I think I'm just going to make my list personally the Marvel Legends list and the everything else list type thing. So I don't know if you have Marvel Legends in your best overall, so maybe you did a little differently, but that's what I'm going to do on mine. So, oh, you also sent me a link. So, I don't know that I got it.
No, didn't go through. Should we try to share again? I'm sending it to. Oh, let's give you editor access. You should have it.
You sent it to my email?
Yeah, but here, let me text you the email I sent it to.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me just say this out loud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure.
You just send me back. It's a different one. This is what I have for some reason. It might have been when you were pursuing.
Oh, I don't have that
when
one.
you were
I thought you were saying
okay.
the other one on when you were saying it. So let me bring that one up.
When you're getting your masters, I think
Physical?
we're going kind of back and forth there on this previous one.
I thought you were talking about physical. You're physical to play sports in middle school sports.
Yeah, when you another junior high student performed a physical on me to do junior high sports.
Did you get cleared? As long as you got cleared. Oh, I mean to play sports. Anyway, yeah, okay, now I got it. Links for Fody, the Fody. Were you drinking Fodies? Did I get the wrong message? Are we supposed to tape some 40s to our hands?
Figure of the year.
Request access. Request access. I'm requesting access. Request sent.
Requesting access. Mm-hmm. Why do you have to request things?
I don't know. Anyway, Epic, thank you for joining. Ocelot Gear, thank you for joining. So I'm gonna just kind of wing it once we go, and we'll be bringing up some links and stuff because me, it'll probably be okay when Kidulting is sharing his figures because a lot of his are open, but it's hard for me to share because mine are all boxed up. So, what should we start with? Should we start with our best Marvel Legends? Let's start with Marvel Legends. What do you want to start
Marvel
with?
Legends? Okay, mine aren't really like they're ordered, but they're not like. I mean, if you would start at probably 10. Or wait, let me see. For Marvel Legends, I would start at 1 and go to 10, but for my other ones, go to 10 and go to 1. I think I'd probably. Am I looking choppy at all? Do I need to plug in my internet?
You look good to me. You look good.
All right, well, we'll just leave it. Who's got 40s? I'll drink one. So that's epic.
Epic, drink a 40. Look.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, if you want to.
It's my stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do what I will.
Oh, that it is.
I'm going to roll through some quick honorable mentions, and then we'll do our top 10. And you can do however you want to do. If you want to start with 1, I'm going from 10 down to 1. I don't understand, but I understand. I figure once I see your top 10, I'll understand more. But I want to just really quick. I don't want to spend too much time on these, but I was like, man, I want to say something about these figures. And maybe we'll see these figures up on your list. But for me, these are figures that I think are great and should get recognition, but they just didn't make my top 10 because there's too many great figs. So number 1. You know how much I love my Cap. We got a great Cap this year. It wasn't Cap, though, but it was Cap.
No
but
Cap.
It was that Bucky Cap. Captain America, Bucky Cap.
Wow.
Now, I had this as number 10 for a good long time. And I finally bumped it off of 10 to make room for something else. But I was like, I had it at 10 for so long that I was like, this was what started I want to do an honorable mention. So, Bucky Cap. So, this is a Walmart exclusive. Just missed your top 10?
No, yours, right?
Just missed my top 10. Just an honorable mention. So this is. Oh, sorry. This is, yeah. Bucky Barnes as Captain America. Man, let's see. Marvel Legends Bucky Cap. Now, here we go. We're going to try our share. You know what? I'm just going to rifle these off since this isn't top 10. So, Bucky Cap. This is a great figure. The paint job on it is great because it's shiny and it looks great. Bucky
Beautiful
Cap
buck.
is one. Another one. Another one I wanted to put on my list so much because it is a great figure. But the character is not super important to me. So that being said, this is my list. I will say great figure, probably one of the best of the year. Not a super important character to me, so that bumped it out of the top 10. Don't Shoot the Messenger Epic. Not top 10, but honorable mention is the Deadpool. So I think the Hydra Bob is great, but we'll get him out of there. But Deadpool, great figure. But again, Deadpool kind of grates on me. I love having the figure and being close to a Marvel Legends completionist. Gotta have Deadpool. So I'm happy to have this. But Deadpool is just not my favorite dude.
I think I recall you.
I think most people do like Deadpool. I think I'm in the minority there. What do you think about Deadpool, Kettleton? What's your thoughts on Deadpool?
I probably have similar thoughts. I know that in that game he was pretty aggravating to you in the Deadpool game.
Yeah, that
I think
Deadpool
he can be
game
used.
did not age well, in my opinion.
I think Deadpool is good for a couple things. One, when they want to do really outlandish things, like we're gonna kill the entire Marvel universe.
Yes,
Just
they do
kills
cool,
everybody.
like breaking the fourth wall type stuff with him.
Yeah, or when I think he did like there was a also just silly stuff like Moby Dick and the Marvel Zombie stuff.
Right.
But I really like him in Uncanny X-Force because he's balanced.
Yeah,
You have
I think
other characters that really balance him.
And I think Ryan Reynolds does a great job with him. And I
Mhm.
think the movies are great. I do like the Deadpool movies. My issue with Deadpool is there's a fine line for me. And Deadpool is either good or he's very easy to like make grating. And the Deadpool movies are an example of done well. Whereas the Deadpool game from the 2010s, grating on me.
This was the book I was thinking of, Deadpool Illustrated.
I like
You can see
the
he's throwing a
one.
bomb down Moby Dick's
There's some
blowhole.
great. I have a collection of him fighting like a Tyrannosaurus, like a Godzilla type character, and there's just cats flying everywhere.
Oh right, yeah, that's great.
Another one, and this wouldn't have made my list until I came and saw you, and I saw this figure in hand, and I was like, holy shit, that figure is so damn good. So didn't make my top 10. But I have to bring up how good this figure looks because I didn't expect it to look as good as it did in hand, and it does. And it's specifically Banshee. Banshee. That head sculpt right
great.
there is phenomenal. That figure right there, incredible. So that's Banshee.
Yeah, he's great.
Blew me away. Another figure that I really wanted to put on my top 10, and I did have her on for a bit, is actually from this 5-pack. It's Mockingbird. I think this figure is incredible.
This is an honorable mention, yeah?
This
We're
is
still
an
an honorable
honorable
mention.
mention, yep. So she didn't make my top 10. Actually, she probably would have made my top 10 if it wasn't for a last-minute addition, which I think.
Oh, she got pushed
the
out.
boot. She got the boot because somebody pushed her out last moment. But yeah, that Mockingbird is great. The final honorable mention, because God, I've wanted this figure for so long, and it's great, but didn't quite crack my top 10, but the moment I was able to get this figure and got the figure in hand, I was so happy. And that's the animated Smythe.
Oh, I need to get that.
Yeah, that's
I need to
Smythe.
get that 2-pack.
Dude, I mean, Smythe is essentially, I think I've told you this before, a mix between the Terminator and an alien, a Ridley Scott alien. That's what he is. And that's so 90s and that's so me. And like, for that load, you look at this guy right here. He's got basically, for all intents and purposes, alien lower body. Those shooters that are on his shoulder are
like
basically alien inspired. And then in the middle, you have just the freaking Terminator. And he even has Terminator seeing and whatnot. So I've always loved Smythe. Love that I have Smythe. Didn't crack the top 10. But he was great. So
good mentions here. Great mentions.
I had to mention those guys because they're awesome. But without further ado, we should get into our top 10. And I want you to start it off. How you want to start with one?
I think for Legends, I'd start 1 and go to 10. And then for my overall, I would probably go 10 to 1. But now, really, they're in any.
Do I have to
really
let this
order?
Do I have to let this like tell itself the story, or is there a reason why you think it works better as 1 to 10?
It's 1 to 10 just because I think that it builds.
So is it really 1 to 10, but like it's better? Number 10 is your favorite? I'm gonna let this. So it's okay. I'm gonna let this play out. You do you. Okay. What do you have as your number?
Top 10. They're my top 10.
But let me see what is number 1 on your top 10.
So for number 1, are you gonna share and open that link, and then I can talk about it.
Oh, you want me to share a link?
Yeah, because they'll have pictures on there.
Oh, are there pictures up here? I need to.
If you go to the link, it's pictures.
Request access.
Screen share, baby.
Oh, hold on. I got an email. Okay. What does it say? You'll get an email letting you know if your request was approved. Did I get a request approved?
For what?
To get access to the spreadsheet.
Oh, do you not have access still?
I don't see it. I didn't get an email saying I was approved for access.
Oh, here we go. Review. Yeah, you can be I'm gonna let you even be an editor.
Holy smokes! You heard it here first, guys. He's trusting me with editing his Google Doc. Don't let me have that power, sir. Don't let me have that power.
You should be good now.
Okay, wait for my email to come in. Oh, so weird. So the email you sent to the first email, but the letting me know that I went to my other email. So now I have to log into the other email.
I love technology.
Okay, I see. Yeah, there's no real spoiler. Okay, so.
Yeah, I fixed it, so it would be no spoilers unless you hover over things.
So
just whichever one you go to, hover over it, and then you should be able to click on the actual.
Okay, so
link.
Let's see. Theoretically, this should work. Okay.
Oh, you can even see my list.
I can see everything. So Legends.
I can see everything.
1 ml. Is that what I want?
Yeah. And really, it's not a spoiler because there's many there.
Okay, 1 ml. I'm going. San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, I got an idea. Ah ha ha. Okay. I see this man.
Did he show up? I see him on mine, but I don't.
I gotta share that.
You gotta probably share a different. Yeah.
Can I do just open? I don't want to open in a new window because that's gonna be a pain. All right, whatever. I'll do it. So I'll open. What I'll do is I'll open up the one first, and then so I just won't share the list. Okay, so boom, there we go. Come on,
You might be able to.
there we go. All right.
Yeah, and if you want to, you might be able to scroll your ball, scroll your ball,
Scroll your ball.
mouse wheel. Back to junior high. If you scroll your mouse wheel in, it'll probably zoom. You can go back and forth. But yeah, my number 10 or number 1 or whatever you want to call it for Marvel Legends is X-Men 97's Bishop. Just seeing this guy in person, he's such a powerhouse. He's just a chunk of like beautiful plastic and so bright and colorful. And some of these, the way I'm picking stuff is just a lot of it's excitement. I was very excited to get him, and we don't have. I mean, I can't really get another bishop at the,
You
so
can. It's going to
just be
cost
able
you
to
an
be
arm
able
and a
to
leg, and it's not going to look as good.
right, and I just think he looks incredible. The
great.
the face sculpt looks good. You might be able to click through those too.
All new sculpt.
Right.
All new sculpt. I think this is the only figure in this line that got a completely new sculpt, right? Am I correct in that?
Mm-hmm. You might be, but he's got no pins. He's got a holster for his blaster. Bishop's just always been cooler than cool, right? Remember when you watch him on X-Men the animated series, and they just be playing that like bluesy little like
it's
that bluesy little theme.
Yeah, it's like the Wild West, man.
Yes, exactly. He's got his kerchief, and
he doesn't always
he's
know.
Just cool.
He gets some blunders in that show. He doesn't. He acts.
Yes.
He shoots from the hip, so to speak, and some of the stuff that he does.
Yes. Yep.
aren't the best for business. Very good, number 10.
Probably not.
My number 10, and I'll have a nice little.
Yeah. You got your legends with you?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring this boy up this way. My number 10, I'm going to open this in a new tab. I'm going to close off of Bishop.
Might be able to copy, paste, and throw it in that same one.
I need to exit off of that. What happens when I do that? Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So, my number 10 is a big chonky boy. He's part of a 5-pack. He is also in the X-Men universe.
All right. Represent X-Men.
This dude. Front and center.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Strife. My number 10. And
holy crap. Yeah.
God, this figure, this figure looks so good to me. Let me screen share. There we go. Bring him up here.
He's gorgeous.
Mr. Strife here. Oh God, I hate that I have to do this every time.
You don't have to. We can do it. We could do it however we want.
That's true.
I mean,
well, no, like every time I want it to show on my end. There you go. Just, I'm pretty sure he's got some reuse, but man, he's just so incredible looking. And his head sculpt again, I'm sure we're going to be saying that a lot during this, but his head sculpt is so good. Strife, just freaking powerhouse. Just imposing. Looks rad as hell. God, dude, like, I really love this figure. He's got nipples.
Those nips alone.
He's got those nips. Powerful. There may be other figures with nipples on my list. Stay tuned.
Imagine how intimidated you'd be by that. You just walk into a room.
I'd be like, get those nipples.
Metal nips, nip
either
armor.
Out of my face or in my mouth. Do we have anybody here? Oh shoot! Gosh dang it!
Killing me.
Yeah. So my
Get
number.
out of my dreams and into my
Yes, strife.
car.
Yes.
Anyway.
Sorry. So
Look,
that's
if you
my
got a
number
suit of armor and a cape and a headdress and a metal headdress.
Okay,
Got
your
a lot going on for you.
number 10. Uh-oh. I'm bringing them up. I'm bringing up number 10.
Number 10 or number... Oh, you're going to order to 10 already?
Oh.
Let's go 2.
Well, no. Number 2.
1, 2.
I believe I'm going to. Yeah, number 2. Okay. No,
Plug my
I'm doing it.
internet
I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not saying it correct, okay? Uh-oh. Holy smokes. Well, this was my honorable mention.
So, yeah, this was your honorable mention, and I was very happy to see that you included her because I think she deserves some inclusion. I mean, she's just a beautiful. I mean, Mockingbird is. This is great. I don't own this set. I would very much like to. I keep looking at it obsessively online.
I get it.
It's been very affordable.
Yeah.
But you can only get so many figures at the end of the day, at the end of the year.
The problem with if you don't pull the gun right away, pull the trigger, it just piles. Yeah. If you don't pull the trigger right away, it just piles up, and you're like, I'll get it down the road, and that's all good in theory, but by the time it's down the road, there's so many other things out there.
Yeah. Yep. And I have Hawkeye, and he'd go great with West Coast.
Oh shit! I just forgot about
Avengers,
Hawkeye.
and they've done something here where it's like the more classic look, but they've updated it. They've changed the pants a little bit, but kept the boots. It's just in that face mask. That mask is just so striking with the hair. It's just beautiful. I had to make my list. She's just a gorgeous figure, gorgeously designed. So there she is. I guess she's number 9, Mockingbird, or number 2. It's the second one. We lose Atticus. Can you believe you forgot Hawkeye?
Sorry. Were you able to keep going the whole time?
Mostly.
Okay. Yeah.
Epic is just incensed that you could forget Hawkeye.
I know, Epic. I'm sorry. Forgive me, sir. Great pick. All right, my number 9.
So what do we got so far? I'm gonna type these in the chat. Number 10
is also part
for Atticus.
I should have brought these closer to my grasp, but there's too many figures at the floor next to me.
What was your number 10 again?
My number 10 was Strife.
All right.
Are you making a list?
I'm putting them in the chat.
Hell yeah.
I probably didn't spell it right.
This is just one. My number 10 probably is not on many people's top of list. It is a character. It is a figure that is near and dear to my heart. And for that, I had to put it on the list. I'm trying to find a cool image. There we go. I could probably just stay on this page and get all of my figure pictures from here.
There you go.
So, like I said, probably not on too many people's top 10. Definitely on mine because this character is one of my favorites. And yeah, here she is.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I don't know that many people would be like, "Hey, that's top up figure," but for me, I love Moondragon, man. And
she's amazing.
here's the set in its box, but man, yeah. What I've been reading a lot of
Also, yeah.
Squadron Supreme and just like sending you images of like Moondragon just doing the weirdest shit.
Check this
This is
out.
like in the Wild West, and yeah, I just love Moondragon, part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, in the space realm, and she's a badass. And I mean, she rocks the bald head, and she rocks it well. And so,
You have major confidence for that.
does it look like she's lacking any confidence?
No,
None,
not at all.
none at all. So that's my number 9. So
Nice.
your number 9,
Number 8, I guess.
number 8, or number 3.
Epic says the female vulture. Yeah, sorry for the confusion.
I mean,
So is she's related? She's also one I really want to get in. That Drax is just beautiful.
the Drax is great. The Drax probably is a better figure, but Moondragon is just so badass to me. Your
you prefer
3 coming right up.
Number 3. See how this links. There he is. So Moondragon with her very punk haircut. This is followed up very well, I think, with Spider-Punk, who I think absolutely deserves to be on the list just because he was so fun. And eventually we'll be getting a figure from some other companies, but as a Marvel Legend, this is just such a different, weird, fun take on a figure. You know, he's obviously just feels so punk and
He's got
makes you
great
feel
range.
like just it can do so many cool things with him and pose him doing so many different things, and it just speaks volumes, I think, with
you can put him in
style.
some
The
really
style they put into this.
incredible like poses with his guitar. What I want so much is a Hobie head sculpt. But even without,
that is the one thing, that was
even without, this is still an
lacking.
incredible figure. I guess I can go right into my number 7, because my number 7 is Spider-Punk. And we'll just leave this.
There's also Spider-Punk.
It is Spider-Punk right there with you. Number 7.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess it was. Or is it 8? I think we're on 8.
10, 9, 8. Yeah, 8. Sorry. My number 8 is Spider-Punk as well. Basically
Wow,
echo
look at
everything
that.
you
We
said.
both picked him.
It's an incredible figure. God, like I bought an extra figure to do a custom with Blink-182. Opening things is hard for me, so it's still in the work. It's still in the plan, but I have to build up the courage to open my second one. So I love this figure. I love the diversity of it. I love the way you're able to just pose it. It's so cool. I can't wait to get one with Hobie's head sculpt. Maybe an SH Figure Arts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my number 8 as well. So
it's just such a weird character. Like, it's like, how did we get this
he's
character?
done so well in
about?
the movie too. Like, God, he's so good. He's so good.
He's like, he really won me over in the film. I was like, who is this guy? Because you want to root for Miles, and then you're like, wow, this guy's really cool. He just, I don't know. I wanted to dislike him, and I couldn't. I was like, he's just so great.
Why would you dislike on Spider-Punk?
Because just because of the whole the Gwen thing.
He gave her shoes, dude. Heck yeah, Epic loves Spider-Punk. All right, number 4 coming right up. I gotta accept it. God, so dumb. There we go.
All right, bad knees and all. I made sure to get a picture that had his knees in this, just for you, Atticus, because I know this is controversial, but I love Daredevil. He's one of my all-time favorite characters. He is probably to me what a lot of people um, is Spider-Man to them. He's incredible. I know his knees look a little ugly here, but this is one of those things where I read this comic and I could not believe they did this so quickly. They got this
They
out
got it
so
out quick.
fast, and it's just a great take on the figure. It's Murdoch, but he's got a beard and he's just a little different and a little weird. And it says Daredevil, but he's King Daredevil is what the character is. So, and this may not be the last pick from this wave in my list. I'll say that.
More from this wave? What?
There might be.
What? Okay.
So that's my number 8 pick.
Number 8. You're number 4.
I know
Atticus
Atticus is going backwards on my list, but
my number 7, and this is going to be controversial. I don't think that's a controversial pick. Like the knees are one thing, but it's still a very cool sculpt of a figure. Damn, I'll spoiler right now. I don't have Elektra in my list, and I really wish I did. Damn it. Too many good figures. I just thought about it. But Elektra in the same style is so good looking too. This one is going to be controversial because probably a lot of people, I probably have it too low. It is an incredible figure. But for me, there's other figures that mean more to me as characters. This is still also an incredible character. But given that the character isn't the most important to me, I had to put it back on my list. But this, for all intents and purposes, probably could be Marvel Legend of the Year. And I know a lot of people have it as their Marvel Legend of the Year. I have it on my top 10, but it's not my number 1. Still incredible figure. And that's Black Widow.
Yep.
They finally do the female body buck right. The buck is the body mold, giving her incredible articulation. So many head sculpts, so many accessories. Like, this is a $27 figure. And, God, is it very worth it. I think I picked up more than one of these. I think you even picked up more than one of these, didn't you?
I also picked up more than one of her.
Yeah.
I was thankful I could get you one, get her for you.
A good story
scary there for
about
a while.
Black Widow. Yes, and also thank you for that. We had a chance. Sure. We had it within our grasp. We didn't pull the trigger right away, and it turned into a bit of a scare for a couple months because it was hard to find.
Again. Never again.
And then it was like pretty findable, but now it's not findable at all again. So it's definitely good that there are multiple. It's probably already going back up in aftermarket cost. That is my
probably.
Like the body in the diaphragm joint is so good, pinless. Like we got more figures coming out on this buck, and it's going to be great.
This is just the beginning for this, for her and for what we'll get to see. Cannot wait.
That was number 7. So now we're doing your number 5. We're halfway through the list.
That was 8, but yeah, it's in the chat. I put it in the chat so you could see it. Because your Moondragon was
7.
9, or maybe it was 9. Maybe you're right. Maybe I did. Oh, because we had. Yep, you're right. Because both.
No, this is number 5. Yeah, this is number 5, and this will be my number 5.
Okay.
Right.
Let it rip.
Yeah. So, without further ado, you're number 5, and they'll match up in number 5 and 5. I didn't need to put it on my list because guess what? You got my back covered. Number 5.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of nice for both of us. I didn't realize I put these back to back, but I'm not surprised I did because. I love this design. I love her. Um, Here she has the scarf on. If you go over a few frames, it shows her without the scarf so high. But Elektra as Daredevil, because Daredevil was locked up in prison, she takes up the mantle. Also, I just love that idea, right? That the mantle can be anybody, right? If it's Batman to if it's Batman, or if it's Ocelot's like, where's he wants to know where our Star Wars picks are. We're still on Marvel Legends, but we'll probably will get there.
Y-
We got a couple
We
lists,
got you
but
covered. We got you covered.
we'll get you, we'll get you there. Um, but I just think that's so cool that a mantle can be um, transformative in that way. That anybody could be, and it just says a lot, I think, about characters and people and the longevity of those classic characters like Batman or Daredevil. You know, I love it. So, yep, she's my number. What was she, 5? Yep,
Yep.
number 5, I guess.
Very good. That was number 6, by the way, or you're number 4.
Mm.
We're not. Yeah. Which
It's
brings
fine.
me
We'll
to
get through
my
10.
number
As long as we have
6.
10.
We got 10. I was like, wait, it's not matching up here. My number 6, probably very low again compared to where other people have this. Again, another very incredible figure, but I just have other figures that just mean more to me, and that's going to be a trend. Well, now that we're getting lower, but as characters that just like mean so much to me. So that means when incredible sculpted figures come out, I may put them lower because the character, while cool and I love them all, just may not resonate with me as much as other characters on this list. So, for that being said, my number 6, and probably one of the best figures of the year, hands down,
Yep.
is Green Goblin. Now, like I said, you could very
There
well
it
make a
goes.
case that this should be higher on the list, and I would not argue that. It's an incredible figure. The sculpt on this thing is incredible. Um, you have an open one, I believe, and I got to hold it, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
holy crap, they really... When Marvel Legends goes for it, they go for it, man. And this is an example of them just going for it, no holds barred, and rocking it. And that's the No Way Home Green Goblin. And this just like the texturing on it, the colors, all of the different paint, like this right here is an example of why there's no excuse for them not to give us bangers, man. Like sometimes when they
I
lull, it's
actually
just
have
like,
them right up here.
look, you have like this as an example of what you can do. And some of the stuff that you give us, I'm just like, there's no excuse when you can do this. So incredible
Right.
figure. Yeah, I love it. But now, so your number 1 was Bishop. Your number 2
Yep.
was Mockingbird. Your number 3 was
Mm-hmm.
Spider Punk. Your number 4
Yep.
was Daredevil, King Daredevil. Then
Uh-huh.
Elektra.
Oh, Electra and Daredevil. Uh-huh.
So mine was Strife,
Mm-hmm.
Moondragon.
Yep.
Was it
I might just put these in the
Spider
Excel
Punk,
sheet. Mm-hmm.
Black Widow, and now
And GG.
Goblin?
Green
Yep.
Goblin.
Okay. So you're up
Goblin,
next.
Man. Yes.
So
I do
number
want to point out I do
6.
have I want to point out that I do have him here too.
There he is. You got the other
Just
head
within
sculpt.
arm's reach. Mm-hmm. But got the other head sculpt on him right now. But
This makes me so happy.
it's so true that you just like when you see them do this, you're just like, But how?
How do you guys drop the
how?
ball so hard sometimes?
How do you drop the ball? Yeah, it's just amazing that the stuff they can do, and I think that things are just going to keep getting better,
I'm
and
in,
better.
I'm intrigued as all hell to hear about this one. You're number 6,
Yeah.
which I never would have guessed in a million years.
I wanted to I wanted to do things a little different. If you scroll down, there's some photos you can click on too. But it's Cosmo. She's
She's great.
fantastic. I
She's
know
great.
there's been a Cosmo before, but she is the best girl. She is a good dog. Um, and I just thought this would be fun to have on my list because will I ever get her? I don't know, but it's just fun that there's a dog, a Marvel
Yeah,
Legends dog,
there's a
and
dog in a spacesuit.
there's a dog in a spacesuit. It's so out there. Um, and it's fun. I could have picked like I think there's a Hot Toys version or something, but like no, let's just do the Marvel Legends version, and I hope I do get her at some point.
And
But
a build a
you gotta
figure.
have it.
Like, I don't, God, just build a
Yes,
dog.
right. Just build. You want to build a dog?
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Come
want
on.
to build a dog. It may not be the biggest build a figure, but I want to build a dog.
Right.
The great thing about this Cosmo as well is it's obviously, as you see, part of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is one of the best comic book movies of the year. We didn't get great comic book movies this year in general, but this was one of them, in my opinion. Heartfelt, God, gut wrenching at times, like tough to watch at
Yes.
times. So good.
Incredibly.
James Gunn knocked it out of the
Yeah.
park. But the cool thing about this Cosmo figure is it can go easily in your comic characters list. You know,
Yes.
you can pose it with
Yep.
your MCU characters, obviously, and you can very well
Mhm.
just as easily put it with your comic characters.
It's funny. Missing from this photo is the character had the most kind of impact with her. But I don't know if he's in the other photos or not. But
Who are we missing? Oh shoot, I cut out. Who are you talking about?
um, I can't think of his name now. But he's played
Oh,
by
Kraglin.
Sean Gunn. Yeah.
Kraglin.
Yep.
Yep.
Kraglin. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be fun to have something a little different. It's like not a legend many people probably think of.
Yeah, great pick. It didn't
Thanks.
even cross my mind. I think it's great. It makes me intrigued to hear like what your bath of the year is going to be.
Oh yeah.
um,
Yep.
my number 5 is going to be
Number
a
5.
figure I never shut up about until you actually get it. Because it is absolutely a quintessential figure.
Mm.
So good. And my number 5, without further ado, is Mr. Blob.
Oh. Oh. Mm.
This figure is so good.
It's so good. He's so good, and I don't have him. Oh no, I don't have one of the best legends of the year.
You have to get this
Let me
figure
go
at
look
some point.
Let me check Amazon. Is he available right now?
Overnight ship you a
I
Blob.
looked earlier today.
It's
Oh my
Blob.
goodness, I
Like,
need this figure.
as X-Men
I need
fans,
him.
like, and now that you are now getting like X-Men villains, you're getting the Brotherhood of Mutants, without
Yes,
spoilers. So like this is
he was. Jeez. Yep.
he was
Go on, please continue.
no, without spoilers, because I have a feeling we're gonna get our light shed on this a little later. But like, for all intents and purposes,
Yep.
you're building a Brotherhood of Mutants right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're still on, Adam.
It's just
We're
it's
still
the
going through.
one the Blob is my one that got away this year. It was him. It was the
Oh,
Blob.
I don't think you can count that as one has got away because he's still very obtainable.
He's not though. I mean, he was $75 earlier today.
Wait.
Now he's up to 80
Is
some
he
dollars.
not on EE anymore?
He's sold out.
What the?
The pre-orders are sold out. He's very hard to get.
I thought he.
Speaking of things, this one's not hard to get though. Ugh.
Oh yeah, he. Oh God, he is sold out.
He's so hard to find.
I thought he was still obtainable.
Like I said, he's just the one that got away.
No, that makes sense.
But I'll
then
keep trying.
I would look. Yeah, he sold out on Big Bad Toy Store.
No, look, Adam's back. Hey, Adam, welcome back, bud.
Interesting, man. I did not realize that like he was out so many places. I'm sure if you keep your eye out, he's still fresh enough that like he'll pop up one or two times before he's completely out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So the Blob, that was your number 5.
My number 5.
Can you see me adding this in as we go onto the Excel sheet?
Yeah, I can.
Do you see him?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Strife, Moondragon, Spider-Punk, Black Widow, Green Goblin, Blob. But I don't understand how you're at okay, you're at 7. I don't understand how you're at 7 and I'm gonna be at 6. I don't know. Okay.
So we're going opposite directions.
Yeah, it's just confusing me here, kid. I'm not good at wrapping my mind around this. All right, your number 7.
Let's see if I can get this in focus on what the heck is going on. A focus. Oh, yes. So here he is, my number 7. He is the X-Men. I'm counting up and Atticus is counting down, but only it's all 10. It's all 10 figures, so it's not super important. But my number 7 is the X-Men 97 Wolverine, who's about to have a huge year next year, right? And this guy's beautiful. He has a cowl, which I think every character should have like an extra little cowl like that in a second head sculpt. It just seems like necessary. The other one I can think of right off the bat is the Captain America. I think it's the 50th anniversary. Correct me if I'm wrong, Atticus. Is it 50th?
20th. Are you talking about the
20th.
Marvel Legends?
Is it the Marvel Legends 20th? Thank you.
Yep. They have the 80th. They have the 80th cap.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But the 20th is
the 20th is the card back one that you're talking about. He was in my top 10 last year.
Yep.
That's the 20th.
This Wolvie is a BA, and we're gonna get so many cool figures next year from Wolverine. We're gonna get a game, and so just wanted to make sure he got his due this year as well, because this is a fantastic figure. He's a beaut.
Yeah, he's great.
A beauty.
He would be hands down on my list because as a figure, he's incredible, and he is one of the best of the year. For me personally, I don't know that the figure is different enough, a whole lot different enough from the cell shaded one. Obviously, it's pinless, and I appreciate that, but it's still. I feel like we got the figure basically a couple years ago. It's just been approved upon.
I could agree.
And so for that, it kind of like because aside from the brown and gold costume, this is my Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so deep love for this figure, but I know it's the best version of Wolverine, but also in my mind, I feel like I've had the figure for a little bit type thing. So for that reason, I did not put it on my top 10, but it could have been easily on my top 10.
And I think maybe if my list, if I had made a list, if I had actually made a list last year, instead of just saying I was going to make a list, I would probably have that same situation.
Yeah. Was he? You know what? I'm just going to do this here. My number 6, right? Is that what we are at?
We are. I
Also,
don't know where
Adam
you are.
says,
10,
how
9,
have they
8, 7,
not
6,
made a
5. I
Batman
think you're on
figure
4.
like that? Are you talking about a Batman figure with his cowl down like that, Adam?
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Like, no brainer, right?
I think we know one that does have it, maybe from a certain company. It's
Oh, yeah,
impossible
yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I think it
So
has
I'm
the
on number
cowl down,
4,
but
right? Yeah, I'm on number 4.
yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Yep,
5,
number
4.
4.
Yep.
My number 4 is and this is where it very
Look
well
at
could have
that.
been Wolverine in this position as well. But given that this
Mm-hmm.
was totally new sculpt, um, and just God, like when I saw this for the first time, I was like, that is freaking incredible. Uh, it's Bishop, and I've wanted a Bishop figure for so long, and I finally got a Bishop figure, and it's
We
great.
got
We
him.
got a lot of figures this year that I was like, I've been wanting that figure for a while, and I finally have it. And it was your number 10, number 1. It's my number
Uh,
4.
mhm.
And God, for all the reasons that you love it, I love it as well. Great figure. I am very excited for X-Men 97, but the amount of delays that they are doing on
Yeah.
this show has me very scared. Because in the
Like
biz,
we're getting tomorrow's the last day of the year, and we
yeah,
haven't seen
anything.
one like second of footage.
Nope. And generally when that happens, it means they're not confident in what they have on their hands. Um, so,
I
and I
know the
know they're
Marvel Legends
scared.
guys have seen they've seen it, so I
Yeah.
don't understand why it hasn't been released.
Yeah. I know they're scared with everything going on behind the scenes with MCU, and so maybe they're just like really overreacting. But
What if this thing like
it
never
doesn't
came out?
look good for it's not a good look for the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, the optics. It's not good optics.
But it doesn't mean that this figure is not incredible, and it's one of my favorite of the years.
Oh, you went down.
And so we are
I'll be right
on
back. While you bring
your
that up,
okay
number
8.
8. You might need a little. Oh, there he is. There he is. Fix it, Mister. Fix it.
There he is.
There he is. Walmart exclusive.
Yeah,
Mister.
you said that with the right inflection.
So hard to get. Luckily, I was able to get him. His he just feels great in hand. He's kind of has like
Beefy.
his coat is like kind of soft.
Yeah.
His hat is a little pliable. I love the Hulks. That's something if you need to know something about me is that all the different weird Hulks in Banner's head, I love them all. They're all weird, awesome, like protector, different, personalities, and Joe Fix is my favorite. And this is kind of a prelude for next year when we get that Wolverine and Joe Fix It, which I cannot wait for. But
Yeah.
I need a good mobster Hulk. Who doesn't need a good
Gotta have a good mobster Hulk.
You gotta have a good shady. I'm gonna go work nights because this is when I think Banner turned into the Hulk at night.
Yep, exactly.
He would just go work at nightclubs and be a bouncer, and he
Adam
does have leg
asks,
articulation. I could go grab him if you want to show you, but he's
basically
so
they've
cool, and he
been
comes with
right here. Yeah.
yep. He's got 2 different head sculpts.
Which
He's
is
got
cool
a Tommy
because
gun for some.
it blends into the sculpt nicely. Like it's like, layered
Yes.
pants,
Yeah.
creases on the pant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Done very well. Like, why they couldn't do something like this with that Daredevil? Like, come on.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
He's just a sharp dressed Hulk. Like, what do
He
you?
is
I
just
mean,
a
what more could you ask
sharp-dressed
for
Hulk.
than he's just looking good, looking
He
sharp.
is just looking good.
Joey fix it. You know, what do you want? What more can you ask for? So yeah, he's my number 8.
Number 8. My number 3.
He's my number 8, and he's great.
My number 3. My number 3.
Why mm-hmm.
Aha. There we go. Okay. Great pick. I wanted to put him on my list again. And the thing about you say it's hard, you can't find them in Walmart, and you never found this on shelves. And the bummer thing about it was,
oh no,
it was only shipped out, and you know how Walmart shipping is. I had to work really hard to get a good box, being an inbox collector, because my first 2 or 3 all showed up destroyed. God, Walmart.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful box art. I love the box art, the colors.
Yeah, the purple and the blues.
I was so excited. So crazy excited for it. Oh, here we go.
My number 3.
Numero Trace.
Spider-Man the Animated Series. Doc Ock, man. Like, how can it not be? Like, this is such a cool Doc Ock. Finally giving the tentacles articulation. Like, come on. Like, the other one, I like that Doc Ock, the comic version, the heftier one. But his tentacles don't even have any articulation. What's cool about this figure is you can take these tentacles and they'll work with that other Doc Ock too. So very cool. They're reversible. You can backwards compatible, I guess. But like also, this is kind of like my Doc Ock as a child. You know, like the comic book one is great, but like this is the Doc Ock that I knew because this is the Doc Ock that I watched every Saturday, and he's buff boy and he's cool and just an incredible sculpt. And again, another example of like how they can knock it out of the park when they try. And I love this figure to death. And yeah, that is my number 3.
Number 3
figure.
Number 3.
Your
fantastic.
Number 9. Your number 9.
Who is nothing short of a 10 or 11, let's just say. Let's just preface here. Delivered freshly to my door day before yesterday, I think it was. There is Marvel Legends Squadron Supreme Power Princess from the Avengers comics. There's a lot going on there. I might go grab. I kind of want to go and grab her, but
did you open her?
When I saw this, nope. Okay. I haven't opened her yet. Or Vision, who's another one in that wave, but kind of waiting for them all to come in. But when I saw this revealed, was it at Comic-Con that they revealed her?
It had to have been. It was one of the cons this summer.
Yeah, it was just kind of out of nowhere. She has the coolest accessories. Her shield is amazing. Her sword is amazing. Her sculpt is amazing. Like, she's tall. She's dynamic. She is strong.
Her freaking head sculpt and her eye color. Her eyes are striking.
Yeah, she is just sucking all the oxygen out of whatever room she goes into. I'll tell you that. She's just turning heads and...
Yeah, she's a beautiful figure. This figure just released, came in at the last moment. Mockingbird would have been in my top 10 if it weren't for Power Princess. Power Princess came to my front door and came with a vengeance, with ferocity. And I guess I can go
No,
right into my
no
number
cares
two,
given.
which is
Yeah,
Power
we got
Princess.
two.
Yeah,
Look
Power
at that. We got
Princess.
two on the same.
I don't know if you can. My I had to order two of these figures. The moment I got it in hand, I was like, I need one to
Oh
open,
man.
which is good because this came a little scuffed up. So I was like, I have
Mm.
no issues getting another one and opening this one because I want this one opened for sure. God, freaking amazing. Just knocking it out of the park with this sculpt. Also, what is incredible about this Power Princess, I think for the first time, Marvel Legends has completed an entire team and they did it in 1 year.
They did in a year.
In a year, they
Really
finally
impressive.
completed a team in a year. It takes them years to complete teams at times, and they knocked out the
Mm-hmm.
Squadron Supreme in a year. And this figure is just
Mm.
incredible. I think
And they don't do that. They have still some open-ended teams right now, I think.
still
So
that
that's
have been
pretty
going on for
awesome.
years and years and years and years. So
Yeah. I mean, and they could include like Nuke and some of those other ones, but you know, it's pretty much the core team, and she's such an archetype for that Amazonian,
yeah,
as Adam says, not Wonder Woman.
says something if Atticus is
She's
opening a figure. I'm getting a second one to open. And
freaking
happily so,
awesome.
happily so. I have an open Black Panther. Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, I have to put this one in poses, like similar to my Black Panther, you know. So I ordered a second one immediately. So, all right, that brings you to your number 10, aka your number one.
Number 10. Yep, and I'm gonna grab that box so Adam can see it, and probably this figure.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Sorry, I just kind of knew where these things were, but yeah. So here's my number 10 figure. It's Doc Ock, baby. As a kid, there's no way I thought this could even be just unfathomable to me as a kid. Like that this could be realized as an action figure. Like this is what you wanted as a kid. Like it looks the part. He moves the part, except for his torso is a little tight, but he does have a little bit of a movement I discovered today. He can kind of move forward and back. You know, he doesn't have the crunch, but look at that. He can stand up on his own.
He can't stand for very
These
long.
bendy
He can
tentacles.
do this. He can do this
Yes.
stand from his tentacles. He doesn't stay
Right.
for long periods of time, but you can do it, and that's
No.
cool.
No. And I know there's going to be some with the new dog coming out, new dog Ock coming out. There's some stuff with the tentacles, kind of some issues, but like, look at this.
It's incredible.
Like, it's just amazing to me that like this exists. Like they did it. We did it, guys. All
We
those
did it.
Spider-Man kids. We got Doc Ock.
We got Doc Ock.
We got him. We got him. And he is freaking awesome. He's just so. When I see this figure, I hear the voice actor. And that's how you know you
Yeah.
did like an amazing job with the figure. Like you just hear it. It just. That's the word I'm looking for.
Resonate.
Embodies. It completely embodies the character.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, he's amazing. He's amazing. And then I brought the box for Joe so you can see him too.
Oh yeah.
So I love this box art. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got a lot of nice purples and blues and a lot of great the box art on the. I don't know what's on that side, but it's got a Hulk fist on the front. But yeah, Doc Ock, he's my number 10.
Great pick.
Numero 10.
And
Thank you.
my
Do
numero,
we want to? Okay, yeah, yeah. Go ahead with that number one pick. I just had a
my
question.
number one.
Ooh, here we go.
Like probably one of the quintessential like top of the line Spider-Man we've ever got. It's the final swing suit. The line work on this, like a lot of times when they've tried to do line work, it just ends up becoming like smudged and goes all over the figure and it's just black clumps. That was actually a big thing with like Toy Biz when they had them. But it's so crisp and it's so clean and it's so the contrast is so striking and the shiny blue like this is an MCU figure, but it could also work as a comic figure very easily, and it could be your go to comic. It is the most comic accurate Spider-Man we've ever gotten in a movie, and here it is in figure form. And like I said, like this could be your comic version of Spider-Man. I mean, the fact that I have I think this is my comic version. I think that my animated series version now becomes animated version, and this is my comic version of Spider-Man. The No Way, the the wedding vows. What is it? Renew Your Vows figure is incredible. This is right up there with Renew Your Vows to me. It's Renew Your Vows, but also has a little bit more of the classic look. It's a nice blending of the No Way of the Renew Your Vows and classic look Spider-Man. And holy God,
Mm-hmm.
just so God, the head sculpt is just so freaking incredible. The
Yep.
the paint work.
And
I wanted to put them all on there because they're all great, but this one really just stuck out to me.
and I think he could fit well in every era. You know,
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
like there's something about him. Like he could be the '60s Spidey, he could be today's Spidey, the '90s
90s
Spidey
Spidey.
animated. He just
Yeah, he's
there's
very
just something
versatile.
about.
This figure is so versatile, and that versatility,
Mm,
like I had to put him as my number one.
yep, great final swing, final pick for you. Awesome.
It's Christmas.
I
We're
love that
swinging
pick,
around in
Atticus.
Christmas time. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, that
Awesome.
is the top 10 Marvel Legends figures. Let's go. You want to go? So what were you going to say? Do we want to what?
Oh well, I forgot that we needed. I was just kind of jumping the gun a little bit, unfortunately. But do we want? Can we take a just like a small 2 minute
Yeah,
break?
we're going to take
Are
a
you
little
cool with
break. We're
that
going to
before we get into?
reset and we'll fly through our top 10 overall figures of the year. Ocelot, I hope you're still there. This is where we get into it. You're not going to
All
see any
right,
Marvel Legends from me on this list. I don't know about you, but lots of good figures still to come. Hang in there.
we shall see.
I'm
See
intrigued.
you in a few.
I want to see what you got.
All right.
I didn't even mute my mic. You probably heard me saying all the dumb things to myself. Wanted more time to look at the costume. Yeah, like it was so fast. It's cool that they like have that actually. It just came out. It's really hard to find though. All three of them. They released all three Spider-Man with their head sculpts, and they're all really good. Like I said, I wanted to put them all on there, but also while I was putting stuff away, I realized I want to change my list because this undeniably has to be on the list. And I don't know how it's not on my top 10. And I'm mad it was not on either of our top 10.
You changing things?
I'm changing it. This is my number
Okay.
one. But I was like, how is this not in either of us our top 10? And it's a crime, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This
I
Hawkeye
agree. Great.
is freaking phenomenal, man. And it comes with the Sky Cycle, some soft goods on there so it can sit on the Sky Cycle. Like, this figure is freaking amazing, and I'm mad at myself for not putting it in my
Beautiful.
top 10. I'm mad.
Yep.
I'm
Me
mad at
too.
both of us.
I just forget. You just forget sometimes.
Yep, but I was like, oh, why did I not have that in my top 10? All right, this is where things get fun for me. I do have an honorable mention. Ocelot Gear, this is for you. Where did it go?
Adam, P.S. While we're waiting for Atticus, I saw that first. I saw the first match, the first 8-man tag, and it seemed wild. I didn't get to catch all of it, but thanks for letting me know. I'll go back and check it out. And they revealed the devil. That's cool. Without telling me, was it satisfying? Or is it maybe not? TBD, to be determined about the direction it's going. Do you like it? But it's so hard. It's so hard to make sure you're getting every single one. Hawkeye just fell.
All right, I found it.
Bill in space while Atticus is looking for things.
So this should
Two
be.
at a time.
Sorry, I was like, oh.
It's all good.
This should be higher. It probably is higher on one of my figures. I don't know because it's in box and I don't know. But the character is so important to me. This may be a better figure than that. This figure is incredible, but it didn't make it in my top 10. But I have to show this figure because.
Oh, okay. Honorable mention.
It is an honorable mention, but should be in the top 10 because.
There he is.
It's the Return of the Jedi Vader, and it comes with all the pieces, and the mask is layered, so you put that first one on, and you put the helmet over that, a removable hand. Like, this is like the Vader, man, and it all comes together, and God, like.
It looks so deluxe. Like the bubble sticks out so much. You can tell there's so much stuff in there.
Yeah, it is so good. The face sculpt is good. Like, and the thing that's great is the hand doesn't just like peg into a hole into like a cut off hand. Like, they have a whole different glove that wraps in that goes on. So you don't have a peg hole. Okay. So this whole glove pops off and you pop that whole glove on so that you don't have like a whole. This is just an example of amazing execution.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I wanted it on my top 10, but it didn't make it. So that being said, overall, so should I go from 10 to 1 here? Or
1 to 10 here.
1 to 10?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'd say 1 to 10. These are a no. Well, now I'm second guessing. It doesn't matter. They all need to be talked about. So,
Yeah,
but maybe it was 10 to 1. I think you're right.
go 10. You said when we started, you said
Do
Marvel
10 to 1.
Legends 1 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
These 10 to 1.
Yep, you're
Okay.
right.
Oh.
Thank you. Keeping me honest.
I keep me honest. Keeping you honest, keep me honest.
Keeping each other honest.
And there we go.
All right, there's my number 10 for overall FODI figures of the year is Jada Street Fighter, Chun-Li. This figure is amazing. I mean, just look at her bracelets, look at the dress, um, look the TTSL, thick thighs saving lives. She's just she's perfect. She's such a great figure, and she has effects. You can see she's got her lightning kick. She's amazing. She's so awesome. She comes with 2 different heads. Jada is I'm gonna get all the Jadas. I think Atticus is probably in agreement with me on this. I gotta have all these.
They
I
got
gotta
the
have all the Street
Palmart.
Fighter.
They got the side note. They got the Palmart exclusive Ryu with the gray on Amazon right now.
Evil
And it's
Ryu.
it's shipping from Palmart. So like you can just get it from
Is it
Amazon.
Evil Ryu or is it just the
Not the Evil
second
Ryu,
player?
it's the second
two?
player, it's the gray. It was exclusive to Palmart. And
Okay,
I'm gonna get it.
awesome.
The gray suit.
Thanks for the
I'll send you the link.
heads up on that.
But yeah, I'm gonna get that, and it'll probably sell out soon. So I'll send you the link when we get off.
Oh,
but
probably.
Yeah, great figure.
Thank you.
I feel like, dude. Well, I'm not gonna. Good pick.
By all means. By all means.
Good pick. Good pick, is what they say. I don't have any pictures here.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna hold up for this segment.
Okay.
My number 10.
Number 10. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Diamond Select Beta Ray Bill. And I was looking at this and I was like, when did this figure come out? This figure released January 18th of 2023. So right at the beginning of the year. This is this year's Swamp Thing. Because last year I was like, did Swamp Thing come out this year? Sure enough, it did. Beta Ray Bill, Diamond Select. God, this is a chunky boy. He's heavy. He is freaking great sculpt. Diamond Select is starting to knock it out of the park, man. Like, and these figures are like $25. And it's like, what? They don't have the best articulation, but like the sculpts are so good.
Some of the baths don't have good articulation either, and that's bigger than probably most of the baths.
Yeah, these they're not when there's some Diamond Selects that look awful, like the Wolverine Diamond Select. Terrible.
I'm gonna have to look. I'll have to look that one up.
The brown and gold.
They don't do. You know what I hear is that they don't do humans very well, but Beta Ray
I would
Bill
agree with
really
that.
Human.
I would agree with that. Yeah, Diamond Select, like there's some that just look pretty bad, but this one right here,
yeah,
is incredible.
It's kind of rough.
And that is my number 9.
Watch me whip. Now watch me nay. You got to get the nays for the giant horse alien.
Your number 9.
He's not really a horse. He's an alien, right?
What is this? You're going to have to explain this. This is where old Atticus
I'll have to explain this.
You'll have to explain this because this is where old Atticus is going to be like, I'm old. I don't know what this is.
What are we on, 9? I think you did 9. I think you did 8, but that's okay because we're going to stick with it.
No, this was your 9.
So for...
Was it?
No, but that's okay.
Oh, shoot.
So...
My bad.
It doesn't matter. They're all, to me, they're not really in any order, but this is the SH Figure Arts
This is incredible.
Berserker Armor Guts. So this is Guts from the comic and show Berserk.
This isn't
In his
Nickelodeon Guts, though.
No,
Oh,
it's very much not Nickelodeon Guts, but
oh, look at that. That's
this is
badass.
the
How do you swing that
yeah. So
thing?
there's a man, both arms. With both arms. So I think that's the Skull Knight kind of head.
This is badass.
I don't have this figure, but I want him. He's amazing. I've been reading Berserk. I watched the Golden Age, the Golden Arc. Um, I think Atticus would like Berserk too. It's pretty out there, but
Wait, so it's a
I think he
comic?
could
It's not an
enjoy it.
anime series?
It's a manga that was made. It's had many adaptations that have many different people have a lot of strong feelings about the many different adaptations. But Guts is the protagonist. He is the struggler. He is all of us. He is uh, the one who won't give up, and we what's the word I'm looking for? We love him for that, I suppose. But
Anything
yeah, this
about
is
him?
an
He's
epic
beautiful.
anime that
He's
has
beautiful.
the creator passed away before he could finish it. So
Now, is that a cloth cape?
um,
Okay.
it is a cloth cape.
Got a
Yep,
cloth cape, man. We'll be talking about
wire
that more,
cloth
I'm
cape.
assuming. But
So, but that's Guts.
that's
That's
awesome.
Guts in the Berserker armor, which is kind of this form that it kind of kills him while he's wearing it, but he needs it
That was
sometimes.
your number 8.
Mm. We'll
You know
call it my
what?
number 9.
I'm going to go with my number 8 because of that.
Oh, okay. All right.
My number 8, and it kind of works out well because I can do this. My number 8
All right.
is old
Look at
Jada
that.
Chun-Li. I thought you would have this higher than me. I wasn't even going to
That's why
get
it's
this
kind of like,
figure. Like you were talking to me about it. I was like, no, I'm not going to get it. And then you know how it goes. Like
yep.
you're seeing it on the shelf. You're just like, Jesus, that is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like look,
The
the
box
box
is
is
awesome, Adam.
incredible. Here's the thing
They all
about
look
this.
like arcades.
I feel like you could have all 3 of these figures on your top 10, or you could have any one of these figures on your top 10. Like you could replace Chun-Li and have Fei Long. Like they're all
Yep.
fucking killing it. And like
Yeah.
$25. What the hell? $25 for this thing. Jada is absolutely killing it. I think I'm going to get the Mega Man. I don't think I'm going to get all the Mega Man, but I think I'm going to get Mega Man. God, they're just killing it, and they have no right to be this
Yeah.
good for $25. Like, this
Uh-huh.
figure would cost way more from any other company.
Yep.
So for that alone,
And
that's my number 8. Acting is my number 9 right now.
I think that the reason I like Jada so much is that, like, besides Ken and Ryu, is every sculpt is like pretty unique. It's a
Yeah.
pretty. They're not using the same buck, over and over,
No,
except in the
they're
2-player
killing it.
and the Ken and the Ryu. They're just so unique, and like that's something with the character. You're like,
Jada
oh yeah,
was the
that's the right
company that
size of
just
the
makes
character.
die-cast cars, man. Like, what are they doing making these
Yeah,
figures so good?
and like cereal toys and stuff. Like,
It's
so
incredible.
excellent. All right, so number 8.
All right, so now
Chun-Li.
on to your number 9. But
Number 9. I don't know if this is necessarily came out this year, but I was just for some reason thinking about him a lot.
it did.
And I thought we should get some representation.
No, they're good with that. Like I'm actually really happy you put this on there. Now I didn't even really think about these figures because I could easily put one of these on there for me too, but Adam will appreciate this one.
He will. So, I mean, What's a little what's a top 10 list with a little without a little lying, cheating, and stealing? Everybody's favorite bad guy, Eddie Guerrero. This was when he won the championship from Brock Lesnar as his attire. I think if you saw live, you probably lost your mind a little bit, but gone too soon. You know, a lot of those wrestlers, they don't live very long lives. And Eddie was he was a good one. He was a good one for sure. And this is just a really cool. I mean, he comes with the title. He comes with the shirt. Those expressions. You're just like, yeah, that's Eddie. That's him.
Look at those
So
roided
I
out
wanted to kind
shoulders.
of throw in something different. Yeah, he
He
did. He
had,
wasn't always that big, man. He got really big.
yeah, this is roided out shoulders era.
Comes with some testosterone in
Yeah,
the pack.
yeah, exactly. It should. Yeah, this figure is incredible. I actually have this figure. Um, if we were gonna
Latino
put,
heat.
I would put the Rey Mysterio on here because he has some
Oh
incredible
yeah.
like headdresses and stuff in package. I'll just show him really quick.
Cool. Yeah, please do. Also, probably Walmart exclusive.
Also Walmart exclusive.
Bane of our existence.
Here he is. But I also have this figure. Here they are together. This is
I
very
was gonna
fitting.
pick. Yeah.
Here we go.
Coming up.
Takes me a moment. Bear with me. So here we go. There he is in the box, and he has that headdress. But look at this.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah, and that freaking so cool.
That's a great costume.
Awesome figure. That could have been in my top 10 for sure.
That might have been a WrestleMania costume.
Very.
But the Ultimates Adam are amazing.
Is so good, man. Yeah, Ultimates are amazing.
Yeah,
it's not on my top 10, but I didn't even really think about wrestling figures for some reason. But yeah, if I had to have a wrestling figure on my top 10, it would be that Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, he's great. RVD was the one I thought of, but I had to give it to Eddie. Had to give Eddie his flowers.
My number 9 as my number 8, and I'm happy to have it as my number 8. And this is where I'm saying, like, I don't know. It could be a not great figure, but it's in box and I can't see it. And maybe the Vader should be where this is, but it's my list. And this is a figure I've no shit wanted ever since I was a little kid. I never got the figure. My next door neighbor friend had it. The VAR. He had it. And I just used to love going over and playing with this figure. And I'd be so jealous. I'm just like, how do you have this figure? It's so incredible. And as an adult, I have it now. And it's my favorite Star Wars figure.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe it's like not a great figure, but me having this figure.
What do you mean, baby? It's not a good figure. Look at this guy. He's incredible.
He comes with Salacious Crumb. I'm going to get another one at some point, probably when Hasbro does their, like big sale that they do. I'll pick up another one to open, and I got a few Gamorrean guards, and I got a second Bib Fortuna, so I can actually like do Jabba's palace scene. But it's $100. It's pricey, so I'm not gonna get another one at this point. But when it goes on sale, I'll get another one and I'll open it and I'll see whether or not it actually is great. But God, dude, I love Jabba so much. You had amazing. You had that old figure, Adam. I wanted that figure so bad as a kid, and I never had it. So I am over the moon. This is probably the figure that I'm most giddy to actually have received in 2023, just because this was a grail. This was a grail for me. So I could easily put this higher for me specifically.
Yeah.
But
it's got
very
that sentimental
important
value,
figure
big time
for me to get. So that's Jabba. It's my number 9-8.
Number 9-8. Jabba. I can hear the cantina music playing. Bum, 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 bum,
God, so good. Now I want to watch Jedi. The first half hour, 45 minutes of Jedi is my favorite Star Wars. So, God, I used to watch that whole Jabba's Palace scene on loop as a kid. I'm jealous that you had the one as a kid because, God, I still want that figure. All right, number 7. What's up?
Who was your friend that had it? You said
The Var, Eric.
Devar.
The Var.
Oh, Navar.
The Var.
The Var.
Vara. Oh, you didn't know him? Oh, I thought you knew him from.
Maybe I do.
From LCCC. I feel like I could show you a picture and be like, oh, okay.
Probably. This one could also be like super high on my list.
Interesting.
Unexpected. It's very interesting. This dropped off. This was delivered to my door by Atticus himself. Santa Atticus brought him and a whole wave of figures and even another, like, so much stuff. Even another figure. So this and another way, but this guy, the master of gift giving, brings me the master of magnetism. Magneto. This Mafex figure blew my mind so much that I had to impulse buy extra Mafex figures the other day. I think I bought 3.
I totally forgot about that. The hinges blew off, dude.
It was just like all came off exactly. All the wheels came off all at once.
The door just burst out from its frame.
I was holding on so tight, and I was just like, I don't need it. I don't know. Oh, get it. Yes, bye, please. So, no, I'm broke, but I'm going to be very rich with Mafex figures. And this, if you could just see the presence of this guy, his cape, Atticus and I decided so many figures just need a cloth wired cape. It just brings so much to the overall presentation of a figure. Just gives you that that gravitas,
Magneto,
right?
Batman,
just flowing in the wind.
Spawn.
And this is like
they have to have cloth capes.
Yes. Adam's asking what other X-Men figures they have.
Others.
So many. They have. Atticus has them. Ask Atticus.
I don't have
He's got all the.
I've got Psylocke. So you're like you are broke, but just to make you feel better, including the one I got you, I bought.
Oh, that's true.
I bought 9 Mafex figures.
Let's talk about it.
In just like.
Oh my goodness.
In the span of a month.
Oh my goodness.
I bought 9 Mafex figures in like a month.
Well, I've now bought, I think, 3. So
like I had no intention on getting Batman, but like it was like, oh, Batman's available now. Go. Yep. I was like, I have to get Batman. But yeah, like your door being blown off the hinges was me just getting, because I got Storm first. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll game over. And I ordered my Magneto, Psylocke, and Jean Grey all at once. So I got 3 there. And then I got Catwoman. And now I have Joker and Poison Ivy showing up.
Oh, you got Joker too. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, Joker could maybe very well have made the list, but he just didn't get to my doorstep in time. But it is my favorite version of Joker, with the big elongated jaw, narrow jaw with big pointy nose. Like, I love that Joker so much. It's what I loved as Joker as a kid, and I have that Joker now. So
yeah. This is how Atticus rolls. Like, I had figures for him. I wasn't expecting anything. He comes and gives me like the most expensive figure that I have now. It just shows up with it. Here you go. Plus about a dozen more.
Neither here
good
nor there.
dude.
Here, let me get you. I'll show you my Jean Grey and Psylocke.
Era of Jean Grey and Psylocke, 90s.
They have Wolverine. They have a brown and gold, a brown and gray, a brown and gold Wolverine that
Brown
I
and
really wish
yellow.
I had, but I never got it. And it's impossible
You
to
kind of
find
got
right now.
Wolverine yellow
But they
on
also
right now.
have the best Gambit on the market with cloth coat. But here,
Jacket? Does he have a coat?
it's a
cloth
cloth.
coat?
It's a cloth coat. Yep, it's incredible.
Nice.
It's incredible.
That's so cool.
But here you can't really see it because Mafex packs their figures with plastic.
Don't
on
mind
the
me
front.
while I drool all over this
Yeah, so
box art and
I
figure.
was in debate for the longest time. I was like, I'm getting Kiddleting a Mafex figure. And I was like, I want to get him Magneto because I have a feeling that could influence his yearly list. And I want it, that's an impactful figure. But I was like, I feel like Psylocke is about at the end of her run. I went with Magneto, and sure enough, Psylocke is basically sold out now. So, I mean, this could be the figure that got away too. I should have got it got this one for you.
There's always.
They may do a
I mean, come on.
but she's incredible.
Definitely 90s era Psylocke there.
All of these are Jim Lee.
Jim Lee.
I love this head sculpt of Jean Grey. It's not zooming in, but Jean Grey and then Storm. God, this Storm's so good too. Cloth cape. Yeah, all Jim Lee.
Beautiful. I'm surprised those aren't like. Well, I don't know when those were all released, I guess, but I'm surprised there aren't more of those. Like your whole list just isn't that, because that would be my list.
Okay, I'm gonna fudge this next pick because it's my pick, and I'm doing what I want.
Who was it? Who was your last pick? Was it Chun-Li? No,
Jabba.
I missed one.
Jabba.
Oh, right, Jabba.
We were just showing. We went off on a tangent of Mafex.
Oh, because it was 8998. Okay, that's why.
Yeah. So, so it's your number 7, right? No, you just did your number 7.
Number 7.
With my number 7. Like I said, I'm fudging this one. I'm bending the rules here a little bit. This is also a last minute entry into my list. I'm just going to title this. Well, you'll get it. You'll get why I did what I did here. My original, what I had at this slot was just this. It is Space Usagi. If you know me, you know I love Usagi Ajimbo. The paintwork on this figure is freaking incredible. This is how you do cell shading. Like, it's all really good, subtle, but just looks freaking amazing. I love Usagi, man. You put that rabbit in space, I'm a sucker. Give me all the Usagis, which is literally also what happened. They gave us all the Usagis, and I was like, fuck, I gotta get that.
I love how his ears come out of the fishbowl.
Yep. It's so good.
Like,
he has a lightsaber for all intents and purposes right here. So that's the way, it's cool the way that actually works. It's just a katana, but then it has that effect that slides over it. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah,
There's the
Splinter
effect
has one
right
like
there.
that too.
So it's really cool.
Splinter has one with fire, just like that.
That was my number 7. But then, like 2-3 days ago, this thing entered. And I was like, damn it, this has to be on my list. This thing is incredible. I didn't know it was going to be so good. And I was like, I found a loophole. It can be benched up with Usagi because...
Oh, very nice.
So I'm calling this entry Rabbits. We got amazing rabbit figures this year. This thing blew my mind when I got it in hand. The craziest thing about this figure, God, another example where McFarlane can disappoint endlessly, but then also they do shit like this, and you're just like, why? How do you drop the ball so bad sometimes? You can't
Mm-hmm.
tell. The ears are articulated.
Yeah. And just
That's
go like this.
yeah. You can pose the ears in different
Incredible.
ways,
So
and just
cool.
the head sculpt on this thing is it surprised me
Yes,
how
Adam,
good it is.
exactly. Year of the Rabbit figure.
It
You
was
got
Year of
it
the
spot
Rabbit,
on.
yeah. God, like the texturing. This figure had no right to be as good as it was. It's just some weird character, and this is the first figure where I feel the $30 price tag is actually justified.
Yep.
Like I'm
Yeah.
like,
The
oh, okay,
sculpt,
that is a, and I've got them all, multiple. I've got like two versions of each of these. I got the platinum and
the
regular
platinum,
editions. So
platinum
I'm buying all
assassin.
of these, but this is the first one where I'm like, that $30 is actually worth it for that figure. So
Yeah. Great
Usagi
pick.
and Captain Carrot sneaking in there.
Usagi and Captain Carrot. Cap Carrot. Nice. All right. So this next one on my list, it'll be quick. It's just a quick one because we've already talked about him. But lo and behold, it's number 6 for me.
I'm trying.
Let
I'm trying.
Atticus bring it up.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
So I think he didn't make my Marvel Legends list, obviously. Um, but he's a big boy, big beefy boy, won't even fit on the page. This is Marvel Legends the Blob. This is just the face sculpt, much like Atticus was talking about with Banshee. This face sculpt is amazing. This is a gigantic figure. He's just, I can't wait to get him and Juggernaut and Pyro and Avalanche and Toad and just that whole and Sabretooth. Just all those bad boys together. Get the gang, get the boys back together. The boys are back in town. So and the ladies. Don't forget about the ladies. But it's it's sad. It's sad I didn't get them, but we'll see. We'll see what next year brings.
Never say never, man. Yeah, Blob is great. Great pick. Great pick. I thought he just escaped your top 10. My next pick is no, it's not a fudge. The actual one that I chose is this, but I'm gonna group one in as kind of an honorable mention 6 because you'll see.
Mm.
I think the honorable mention that I'm gonna mention is probably a better figure, but this figure again, the character is more important to me. It's still a phenomenal figure, but I feel like the one that like kind of deserves it figure wise may not be this one, but like I love this figure. It's another Java, and that's Lexington. And maybe I'm wrong. Like,
When I was making my list, I thought this one would probably be on yours.
yeah, as you see with my list, like it's characters that are beloved to me: Usagi, Jabba, now Lexington,
Mm-hmm.
my favorite
Yep.
gargoyle.
Great pick.
I'm trying to come at this in more of an objective way. Maybe this is the best one, but I'm also like, am I just putting my rose-colored glasses on for Lexington? So that's why I'm gonna make this other mention because I know this one, the other one, is a home run. But this figure, God, man, like, just talk about a figure that I've wanted forever, and it's Lexington, old Lexington. I think the dimensions
What a
may be a
sweetheart.
little off. I think he should be smaller. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but God dang it, man. It's my boy Lexington. And I think actually he may actually be pretty good once they're all out of box, but I wouldn't know because why would I do that? Dimension wise. And like I said, I was like, am I being biased because I love Lexington so much? So I want to mention this one because I know This one
Mm.
is freaking phenomenal. And this one caught me by surprise. And that's Brooklyn. This Brooklyn figure, when I
Brooklyn.
popped the cab on it, I was like, holy smokes, that figure is so freaking good.
He is amazing.
Dude, this Brooklyn figure.
Those gargoyle, man. Those gargoyles are awesome.
He comes with
I
his
would say my
sunglasses. Yeah, dude, he comes
yeah,
with
there's an
like,
episode when he's like riding the motorcycle around. I think that's what that's from, maybe.
yeah, the NECA just they along with Mondo. I think Mondo for sure knocks it out of the park with their accessories and shows that they like get it. Speaking of which, I got notification
For Mondo,
today that
a red
something
boy,
shipped.
a red man,
A
a red
certain
man.
red boy shipped today. Hello, dear August. Welcome in. You're stopping in for our nerd geeking out over figures. Thanks for coming in and saying, "Hey, appreciate you. How are you?" Yeah, that is my number
Number 6.
6. So,
Yeah, welcome
thanks
in,
for
dear
stopping
August.
in. How
You
is
caught us at a good time.
have you been doing more phasmophobia lately? Ah,
All right, so this next one's kind of a cheat, but also I'll explain.
I'll allow it.
I think Adam will like it since he likes the.
Oh no. Oh no. Copyright
Uh-oh.
infringement now.
Just scroll down. Just scroll down. It's fine.
I can't. Oh,
Can't scroll down.
this turned into a nightmare.
Sorry.
There we
It
go.
should be just right below the. There it is. There they are. So, yeah, this is my number 5 figure of the year. The reason why I'm calling it figure of the year, not figures of the year, is because they're all painted the same color. That's my cheat. But here's the box art. Totally beautiful, and it has a wonderful window in it too. And it's the Lawson TMNT Turtles, and yeah, they're all the same color, so I'm counting them all as one figure. These got me so excited. You know, when you're like, you see something and you're just like, I have to have that. Like, there's no way I'm not getting that. This was I had that feeling this year, definitely. You know, there was no stopping me from getting these. You can tell them apart by their weapons, of course, but I guess also if you pop their heads off, they say who's who. But I love the box art. I love these figures. They're not opened yet, but they're big. They're big, thick chunk boys.
$25. He'll open them.
And 25 or 1,000.
Or
25
1,000.
or 1,000, right?
25 or 1,000.
Or if I maybe just beat a game, maybe.
Or beat a game.
Finish something I started.
Oh. All right. Well, that leads me to my
So, that's my number 5.
And I get it, man. I see your Ninja Turtles and I'll raise you a Ninja Turtles.
All right. Seriously?
Seriously, my number 5 is
Really?
the Turtles box set. And
Look
my
at that.
justification is, for all intents and purposes, this is the same figure 4 times. Like, with different face sculpts and different paint jobs. Like, it's the same figure. Is it rad as hell? Damn straight. It is rad as hell. But, like, it's the same figure 4 times. Like, come on. So, this is my number 5 figure. Yeah, same thing. It's just one of those things where when you saw it, I was the same way. I was like, I'm getting that. I don't care. And I got it. And
Try to stop me.
It was awesome.
Yep.
And that's my number 5, the Turtles 4-pack. So we aligned.
It's so cool to have the Mirage. version of
Yeah,
those. I know
God.
we've done it like at least how many times now? We've had four at least on the same, but twice on the exact same one. All right.
Oh shoot, I gotta open it. You're number 4.
Numero 4.
Oh,
This one's responsible. I mean, this again is kind of what Atticus talked about when I was a kid, and Batman came out into the theaters in 1989. It was just a complete, just one of those core memories, one of those things that you never forget about. You never forget the first time you saw Batman in the theater like this. And later on, I think I saw the '60s version on TV and stuff like that. But like this was Batman. This was incredible. This blew me away. And to get a figure and a car, even though I had to buy two of them because or we had to buy it twice because they had the Flash version from the new movie, which was fine too. But I don't even care. I love this figure. I love the Batmobile. It's up on the very far side over here. I don't know if you can see it over there, but just one of those kind of defining moments in my life with superheroes, and here we are many years later, just being excited about that kind of thing. So he had to go on the list.
so you're talking specifically the Batman Batmobile combo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yep, with the 89. Yeah, the Flash one was
Yeah.
cool,
Yep.
and for a moment it was like, hey, we finally got 89 Batman, and then we officially got 89 Batman,
And then
which
we
I guess
really
you could
got, and
call
then we really
like
got him.
a cheap move. It's a different version, at least. I mean, Hasbro gave us the No Way Home 3-pack, and then gave us the no heads with the head sculpt. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand why they
That's
did
true.
it. They
They
couldn't.
double dipped.
It's the
That's
most
true.
egregious offense of it. Like, where at least this you got a different sculpt. Um,
Mm-hmm.
right
Yes.
here, you literally got the
Yep.
same figures, and I understand. I understand why they did it, and I also don't. They had to release them that way because of Andrew Garfield. They couldn't give them
Mm-hmm.
the head sculpts all in one package because they had to market
Huh.
Andrew Garfield. Yeah, so they couldn't put the head sculpts in there because it was the No Way Home pack. And come to find out, they have to have Andrew Garfield under Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Mm.
So that's why they had to release them
Yeah.
separately.
Eh, I'll take it.
Yeah. So it's still a
And,
little
yeah.
skeezy, but whatever. Great
Yeah.
pick though.
Adam, I would Adam, I would say if you can think about a time when you're just like maybe you feel like you're a little too young, like I'm trying to remember in '89. I won't say any specific ages, but if you're watching something and it's just like it's a little too much, then you probably should be watching, but not like I don't know. That's what it was. That's what the phenomena was like, and it was so cool seeing that movie in the theater. I
It
remember
was.
the intro where they're just like going around the bat symbol and like they're just like
You're
traveling
like,
and
how am
it's
I watching this right now? The other one that gave me that was Ninja Turtles,
mm-hmm.
the
Yep.
Ninja Turtles movie.
Absolutely. Yep. Exactly. And here we
It's like,
are.
how am I
Batman and
doing
Ninja
that?
Turtles.
How am I doing that? Yeah. And that movie still holds up. Number 3, number 4. Number 4. A movie that's actually really near and dear to my heart. I love this version of this character. Uh, one of the happiest things I was to find on the shelf this year. Um,
Mm.
Ultimate Feral Predator.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
God, I love this figure so much, man. And I love Prey so much. That movie is so beautifully shot. It's got some badass scenes.
Mm.
And the moment I heard they
I
were
knew you'd
making
bring the
this,
Predator. I knew you'd bring the.
you knew I was bringing the Predator. The moment
Mm-hmm.
I heard they were making this
Heck
figure, I
yeah.
was so happy, and I was like, again, it was like, I'm getting that figure. And God, I just love
Mm-hmm.
this figure, and I love this movie so much. Predator is a movie that, speaking of movie, we should not have been watching at the age I was, but I was watching it daily with my sister at a young age. So it's very near and dear to my heart. This movie surpasses the original Predator for me. Like, I think it is a better movie, a better made movie.
Wow.
And I still adore Predator, but like I feel this is a better, well crafted movie. Like it's just so fun to watch and so beautiful. So this figure, love it so much. That's the ultimate feral
Mm,
Predator
that's awesome.
from NECA.
I know that one was important. It was a close one to you.
That don't
I don't even
know,
remember.
Adam. Redefine your what you know about Predator. Do not let that be. Although I have those Predators.
Shane Black. I don't know
It's
if I know that one.
so the emissary Predators with the camo.
I think
They
so.
were originally in the Shane Black one. They were cut from the movie. The one we were talking about, the
Mm.
camo with the guns, the Predator with the assault rifles. I'll grab it.
What the Predator had assault rifles? Huh. I'm looking online. I refuse to rewatch Shane Black's The Predator. People are not kind to it. Okay. Yeah, it's newer, right? Isn't it newer? But he was in the old ones. What is going on?
How you got to remember the story. You sent me the pictures and you're like, look at this
Why does
shit.
he need camo?
I was like,
Why does he need camo on?
because he doesn't have his camo. He doesn't have his
It's like
he's
when Darth Vader got dropped off on that planet and
because
he didn't have anything.
he's been taken by the government and he no longer has his cloaking device, so he still has his he's badass. Don't I love it, and I
He's
have
like redneck.
there's a 1 and a 2 and I have them both. But these guys were actually cut out of the original, the final movie. But I still have the other
Oh,
Predators from the Shane Black movie. And is it good? No. But hey,
is this?
I have the
Mm,
Ninja Turtles 3 4-pack. Is that a good movie? No. And that could be on my top
no,
figures of the year too.
no, but
The
there is some
Samurai Ninja
nostalgia there, huh?
Turtles. Terrible
Is that? I
movie.
have a question. Is
Great
that Predator's last
bad
name?
figures. What's up?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Please finish your thought.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, just because a movie's bad or a property's bad doesn't mean like the figures are bad. Like
Mm,
some bad movies and bad
true.
shows make great movies,
True.
just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Bad movie,
I
but
think
those
that
figures look so good.
they're so cool. They look so cool.
um,
Um.
Same with Shane Black Predator. Awful movie, but like I love Predator
Mhm.
figures, and they're some of the best figures. So I'm gonna put this guy away
All
real
right. So
quick.
Prey. Number 4 is Prey for Atticus. Can't believe I'm up right now, guys. I should be in bed.
All right, you're up to number
Number
3.
3.
Okay.
See how this is gonna display, but
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Getting in on a
so
technicality.
yes, this is a re-release. But it was released this year, and that is the big boy glow in the dark Swamp Thing, who came with 2 different heads. Um, it's basically they had 2 versions of this, the mega figs that they came out with. One had this head with kind of the vines and the horns, and then they had one that was kind of more plain. This one combined them and gave him this kind of claw. It's not, I guess it's not a claw, but it's like an edge shaped something. I don't know. I can't tell you what though. He's gonna look Poison Ivy's gonna look really good next to him. I can tell you that. But this thing glows in the dark. I haven't really tried to make it glow in the dark. He's enormous. He is my tallest figure.
Well, he is
and I
big.
love him. I love the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, he
So he's back there.
he was on my
Right up
list
there.
last
Big green
year.
thing up top.
He was on my list last year, and I think with the subtle like contrast that they put into the paint, he's even better. I didn't end up picking this one up, but I do think he is the best version of this figure. He's great.
Sometimes
man.
waiting pays off. Not usually, but sometimes.
Yeah, I still
Sometimes you get
may
lucky.
get him at some point. Come on, computer. But yeah. Oh, cool. I'll just do this. All right. Yeah, great pick. Great way to get him in this year. He's technically released this year, so yeah, very worthy being on the list.
You'll allow it.
I'll allow it. I'm about to bend the rules here.
Great,
too.
thank you.
So your last pick after that was or before that
for
was
number
your
4
Batman.
was Batman '89.
Yep. Mine is. God, my computer's acting so slow right now.
Is it a Build-A-Figure? I don't know if you're talking about Swamp Thing, but no, he's not. He is
a deluxe.
He's all put together. Oh wow, you are cheating, but I like it.
Look, it's Batman.
Also, it is.
Whereas the Ninja Turtles were all one figure, this is all, in a sense, all one figure. It's just Batman, but it's the Batman 6-pack.
It's Batman.
It's just Batman, but it's all 6 of the Batmans from the Batman movies.
I can't believe I canceled this stupid order. Sometimes you think you got a problem.
Oh God, this
do they
so
really?
Cool.
All of them?
They've all got cloth capes. Yeah, they're so good. The '89 Batman is great, but the one that stands out to me the most in this set is this guy right here, the Batman Forever, Val Kilmer. It's the end fighting scene one. Like, this set is so cool. It also comes with the bat symbol with the different styles of bat symbol to display. So you got the
floodlight. That's so cool.
Yeah. So God, we finally got a good Battinson where they got rid of his side eye. Yeah. So he's now just looking forward because his original figure was given side eye.
I don't have any of these either. This would have been a great pack for me to pick up because I think I just had '89 Batman. That's it.
There they all are. It's got the Clooney Batman, which, gosh dang it, man. Like, so good. Yeah, that's also, my number 3. Nipples are back. They got the
nipple representation.
So my number 3 is just Batman. It's just a Batman figure.
Adam wants to know which costume they did for Bale. Is it the Dark Knight?
They did the Dark Knight Returns.
The Dark Knight?
Or yeah, the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, okay.
Yeah, Dark Knight. Yep, Dark Knight there.
Like a little slimmer in that one, right?
And his head, his head is actually able to move.
Is it 8 of them? Is it 8?
6.
8-pack?
6-pack.
6. 6-pack. Okay. We're getting down to the wire here.
Getting down to it. 2 and 1. Number 2. Oh, wow.
Number 2.
I did not expect this.
For Fody, a figure of the year.
I did not expect this.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, man. I don't know what came over me, but this is the coolest McFarlane figure I probably bought this year. It's a vampire Hal Jordan. He's got this translucent green effect that goes over him, but it's also kind of like embedded in him a little bit. He's just so cool, and it's a way that they took. I know there's reuse on it, but sometimes you can just do really good stuff with reusing things. Like they just reused part of the torso. The head's different, the hands are different. All the effects are different. He just immediately grabs my attention and grabs my eye every time I come in the room. So
He's so rad.
yeah, he's awesome.
He's so rad. He's an
My
excellent
number
sculpt. Like,
2 pick.
yeah, he's great. He's cool. Like, got that face sculpt is so good. The effects just work well. Like, and as you said, like when the sun hits it, I'm sure it looks super cool.
Yes, he looks so good.
And it's not like it's just like it's not a core figure. It's just a random figures. Like
No,
that's just a badass looking figure that I need.
like there's no reason for me to want him or like
Yeah,
something I
it's
read
not Hal
about.
Jordan.
He
Like
just
it's vampire Hal Jordan. You're like, what? Like
it's just vampire Green Lantern. It's like why? Why does he exist? I don't know. But the variant stuff like that is just so fun.
time for my
That's
number
the
two.
stuff I always wanted as a kid too. It's
Talked
the
about him
weirdest ass
before.
stuff. All right.
It's Moth-X
Heck yeah.
Magneto. Uh, I, the quintessential
He deserves it.
Magneto. Like, God, he's so good. That's all I'm gonna like. God,
I should
this
pull
is.
him over.
He has the lats. Like Magneto is big and
Mm,
huge and buff and a brute.
yeah.
And like you can't see it here, but like he's got the huge lats that just extend out, just boom, like as Magneto does.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that's what you need. Magneto's a big dude, and they got
You got it
the
right.
size right for him. So
I should be. I'm gonna bring him over because Atticus posed him while he was here.
oh, he's bringing him over. You heard it here first, y'all. He's bringing him over.
Because I think maybe the picture earlier you couldn't really explain like what this cape does.
God, that cape looks so good.
So, I mean, I move my. There we go. Like, just tell me that doesn't just like blow your mind. Just blow you away the way this is just floating. Just makes him feel like he's
The effects
ethereal.
are
So
great.
cool.
Like those two circular ones
Mm,
look freaking amazing.
the effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
He's
So
so
good.
good. So good.
All right, number
Come up here.
ones.
Number 1. All right. So I'm cheating on this one too. If I had to pick one for the SH Figure Arts, I would pick probably Gwen over Miles, but they are essential that you get both of them. They work so good together. They articulate amazing. They can do like the most Spider-Man. Spider-Man's flexible, so they can do all the spider poses and moves and um, Into the Spider-Verse, probably my favorite movie this year. Super, super fun. Can't wait for the next one. Um, I don't know what else to say about these two. They're just one of a kind, two of a pair. I love them. Freaking amazing. These are also kind of what you buy Marvel Legends, they're $20 to $30, something like that. These are probably well, they are. They're not probably they're more expensive, but they're beautiful.
Yep.
And they're just a joy to have and pose, and
They're
can't beat
collector
them
quality,
for my
like
money.
yeah, they're incredible. And that brings me to my number one. I ain't cheating. You won't see me cheating. You won't see me slubbing these things. My number one is Spider Gwen. But I
There
could
she
very
is.
well make them a package deal and put Miles with this. And if you're gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it too. Yeah, this figure is so incredible. Wouldn't have expected it. Just like the movie, like in a million years, if you would have told me that Across the Spider Verse is gonna be, if not my favorite movie, one of my top two for sure. This year, like that movie took me by surprise. I had no idea it was gonna be so good. These figures do that justice. The thing I really love about this is she has her freaking like chucks. God, I think that
Mm-hmm.
makes such a huge difference because they've got
Yes.
another version of this from Into the
Like the
Spider
Marvel Legends
Verse.
one.
No, not the Marvel Legends one. I can't remember what the company is, but
No.
she has a completely different torso where she has her
Oh,
schoolgirl.
it might be Spider Sentinel or
I think it is
Sentinel.
Sentinel. I think it is Sentinel. But
Yeah.
I'm like, she don't have the
Yep.
shoes. She don't have the shoes. And
Nope.
so, like, the shoes are just part of this. Like, God, she gets them from Hobie. So good,
The
so good.
Chucks.
So specifically, Spider Gwen. But if you're allowing a package deal, then it's the combo. Because yeah, I do agree. You
I
have to
got it.
have them,
Yeah, I have. I think I have to.
and you
But
have to
yeah,
have.
you can change out the. I was just gonna say you can change out the lenses on Miles so you can be more expressive, or you can do so many cool little things with these guys.
Neither you or I received him yet, but
Mm.
2099 is dropping, and that could have very well changed the list. I bet it would have actually.
Yeah,
It probably would have changed my
talk
list.
about anticipating things for next year. I can't imagine he won't be on the list next
Yeah.
year.
Well, yeah. Since we didn't get him for this year's list, he can be on the list next year. I guess that means
Yeah,
Joker can be on my list next year too, if need be,
I
or
mean,
Poison
however,
Ivy.
Poison Ivy, she would have been on my list too.
Yeah, she looks
Like I
great.
don't know when she's showing up.
But that's our top 10. I think we've definitely gone really late. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? I clicked off. I thought I would have done that before now. I'm glad it was not. I thought I was
Did you
going to hit.
switch scenes?
I just clicked off the wrong tab.
Oh,
Trying to
all's
click off
good.
of the.
I was like, well, I guess it's good. It's bedtime. It's
Yeah,
late.
it
It's
is
late for me. I
bedtime.
need to take some
Real
NyQuil, go
quick,
to
I
bed.
just want to go. My build a figure of the year
Uh
is totally stupid,
huh. Okay.
but you know what? It's freaking good. Is it the best build a figure? No. Beast Boy is probably better,
Hmm.
but for my money,
Oh, nice. Good
it,
pick.
it's
I like
Condiment.
that a lot.
It's Condiment King.
Condiment King.
Like when they were like,
King
"Yeah,
King
here's
of
your
the
build a
Bath.
figure," I was like, "No, we're getting a Condiment King figure." Golly, what a good year!
That's yeah, he's amazing.
I love Condiment
That's so
King. Like
fun.
such a cool build a figure that
Such
I
a
never
stupid
in a
fun
million
figure.
years thought I would ever have a Condiment King
Love
figure.
it. Yeah.
Cyborg probably a better build a figure.
Uh,
But
better.
like
It's all subjective.
yeah, the Condiment King, like, god damn it, it's Condiment King. Like, how was it not Condiment King? What would you say your build a figure was?
My build a figure was uh Beast Boy.
Beast Boy. God, that was a great
I
build a
put him
figure, man.
I put him in the list. He's yeah, he was my favorite. And then for waves, I also picked a wave. I picked the Marvel Knights wave for
Was it Marvel Knights
the
Wave? I think
the
Void Wave
best
is for
Legends
me.
wave.
Just
Yeah.
just overall the Void Wave, like I don't think there's a bad figure in that entire set. And the thing that I think the Marvel Knights wave is incredible, but every single one of those figures has something about it that I feel puts it back. I don't think any of the figures in the Void Wave have any sort of deficiency in any way. That being said, I'm just going to say some two disappointments.
Okay.
So,
All
this
right.
year
Interesting.
finally gave us a Supergirl figure.
Oh,
Boy, did they miss the mark on this guy, on this one.
I could have swore you were feeling good about this one.
I'm fine with it, but
Talk to me. Yeah. I want to hear more
it's
about
not
this.
done right. Like when I realized that she had Catwoman's gloved arms all the way up to here, she has the Catwoman arms. She has Catwoman body, so she has her Catwoman high boots. That's why it's so high up. But then they just
Yes.
ended up painting all the way up the leg to
Yep.
red, and she also
Yeah.
has Catwoman's high gloves that go all the way up here. But
Yeah,
her
it just
high
kind of bunches
gloves
here,
are
like for
just
like
you
right
can't see it.
for a reason.
Yeah,
It just
but
kind of
like
seems.
it's
Yeah,
those are high gloves
is
on
that what
her
it's from?
arms. Like, and I'm just like, damn it,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
completely. I don't have a lot of people are complaining about the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt is fine. I
Yeah,
really do.
that's fine.
I think the head sculpt is just fine, but the body is where they just. Oh, the other thing
Yep.
is their torso is fine, but like on the abdomen, it's also the Catwoman, so it has a zipper
Yep.
right here,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I'm just like, it's these little details where I'm just like, what were you thinking?
Like a zipper just to the like rib cage for
Just
some reason.
like, and so for that,
Right.
I'm just like, what a
The
God, McFarlane, and I guarantee
mm,
there's going to be another
yeah.
disappointment on my list next year, and it's going to be
The
called
problem.
the Batman with the Bizarro Superman. Like I'm calling it
Oh
now.
yeah, with the
It's
Fat Zara.
the way
Fat
they
Zara.
cut corners is
Yep.
just so dumb to me.
Yeah, and especially when like you get Captain Carrot, right? You you get a beautiful,
All new sculpt and just like
just gorgeous,
it's Captain
gorgeous
Carrot.
figure,
Like
original, right?
that's
It's
the
so
guy
weird.
you chose to knock out of the
They're
park.
like,
Like
we're going all out on
yeah,
him.
Captain
Yes,
Carrot, yo. My
sounds
final
like
thing in
Tom.
final disappointment, and I wouldn't even call this necessarily a disappointment per se. It
Mm,
is, I like the figure. I really do. So I don't want to say like I'm calling this a bad figure and I dislike it. I do
sure.
really like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it comes as a disappointment because, God, like to
Uh,
me, the having the one head sculpt that is that really bugs me. I think it's an awesome
mm,
head sculpt, but I think
yeah.
it needed an alternate head sculpt. I don't know why the Craven doesn't bother me as bad as this one does because it suffers from the
Yeah.
same
Huh.
thing. But this
Yeah.
one really bugs me because
That
it
one.
really
Yeah.
limits it. And the
I feel
arms
like
that
the
just
like
like are
yeah
the what's the A Christmas Story, the younger brother in his coat that can't put his
the
arms
coat.
down. Like that's how his
Yeah. I can't put
arms
it.
sit. They can't
Yeah.
go down to his side, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which is fine to like if you're posing, but like man, like just two details that like this figure is awesome.
Well.
It's really cool looking, but those
Yeah.
two things, I'm just like, damn it, like I wish
Yeah.
they
And
would have just fixed those.
when you hold a sword and you're like you're here, right? He
Yeah,
can't do that because he's
yeah,
just like this. He's
yeah,
like this.
yeah. And
But
that's why that wave wasn't my wave
I
of the
don't.
year, just because every figure had
Oh, okay.
something like that. With the Daredevil, it was
Yeah.
the knees, and like
Right.
the Luke
Yep.
Cage, it's the arms. Like
Yep. Like
why
the
these
gap in
weird
the
little
arm.
things? It's like why even
Yeah.
the female
Yep.
characters each had things that I remember.
Yep.
Um,
Like Clea. What was Clea? Maybe something with Clea.
I can't remember. I'd have to bring her over and look, but like I
That's
remember
fine.
every single person had something.
Yeah.
And then the hand
Yeah.
ninja, the fist ninja is
Yeah.
just basically kind of a
And
close reuse. Like,
yeah.
but
And for me, it just kind of goes back to like I love all of those characters that they picked, you know,
yeah,
and so that's why
yeah, 100%.
And
Makes
Blade,
sense.
I don't know if they're just like, we got to know, we got to show him he's a vampire, so make sure his mouth's open. He's showing his teeth.
Like,
To be fair, all right. To be fair, the Green Lantern also has his mouth open. The
yeah, but
vampire.
like, I don't, it bugs me there. Like, because I think it's such a shtick figure, the Green Lantern one is,
Mm,
that
yeah.
like, I'm just like, that is what it is. Like, if I
Yes.
were a toy
Okay.
photographer, I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be limited by that.
Yeah.
I'd want
Yep.
just a simple mouth closed head sculpt so that I could
Yep.
get more pictures.
I guess for me, it's better than like no expression, but I totally get that too. It's like
Yeah.
it would be nice if there was something different.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
great year of
all
figures,
right.
man. And I know you're sick, so
Your
like
figure's been a
you
good year, man. It's
you
been good.
you hung in there the
Been good
entire
to us.
time. Yeah, it's been a great year. I look forward to 2024 in figures. My wallet does not.
Can you believe we've almost gone 3 hours? This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I
Talking
mean,
about figures.
you go. I mean, a stream. You go 2.5, 3.
That's yeah.
It's a pretty standard stream. But yeah, it was fun. It was pretty
Ain't no
fun.
thing. It
And
was fun. I'm so glad
talking
we did
about the
it.
figures, like you can pull off you can live it up one night.
Hey,
I love talking about figures. I could continue to go on.
boy.
Like I love figures, man. I love figures, and I'm
I think
looking
we
forward
had
to more.
8. We had 8 in common out of 20, so that's pretty
That's pretty
good.
good. And if it weren't for the Batman pack being all the
Mm,
Batmans, mine would have been
yep.
where yours was for just the '89
Yeah.
Batman. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like freaking stellar year. I'm gonna spend a lot more money on figures this year, and this year I'm going into this year with the Band-Aid already ripped
Being,
off. I've already
oh
like
man.
Mafex and Mondo are now in my
Oh
repertoire.
man. It's in the
And they're
yep.
about to drop the Spider-Man the Animated Series list
Oh
collection.
no. Oh, don't remind me about that.
I know I'm getting Venom.
Don't
I
remind me
know
about
I'm getting
those.
Venom. I am getting Venom.
Don't remind me of those. They don't exist to me,
I think
so I can't buy them.
I'm getting the Venom. I'm getting Venom. I'll send you some pictures of my Omega Red when he gets here. I was not expecting to get that ship notification this morning. So anyway, Kid Old Thing, thank you for
All right.
joining me. Everybody, thank
I'm gonna go
you
die now.
for. Did I lose? Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you. Yep.
Okay, it's time to call
I can hear
it.
you.
my headset cut out. I can't hear myself. Okay, there I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been incredible. I'll be back on Tuesday with regular streams. We'll be starting a new game. Thank you, Adam S. Messenger. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Take care of yourselves. Have a good night.